here. Live, that's live. Cool, cool. All right, pull up the stream on here. Okay. Do a little countdown. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I forgot to turn on my camera. Oh, it was freaking some. Let me run this thing. Let's see. All right, there we go. Camera's on. Let's camera action. Okay. I'm putting on my shirt. I look a little professional for this thing. Grab a drinky poo, water poo. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another beautiful stream today. We have Mr. Hazed joining us.
Yo.
Today, we're going to go over just this PA that we had on the day. I mean, it's almost the end of the day, so I'm going to start doing it. And then we will cover the ICT order blocks, breaker blocks. That's on the lesson today. I know it's a little bit of an early stream. Got some late obligations tonight, so no late night stream, but you can always rewatch these at any point that you please. YouTube.com/papertraders. Check it out under the live section. So let's see what we did today, right? Over here, we'll just go straight to the 5-minute. All right, we can also take this is your range. Let's take that first. Let's see. You have your range. Come into OTE of said range. Bounce right out of it. All right. And come up, take those liquidities higher. There's something that we have outlined last night on stream, this morning as well. We had this liquidity over here. Just chilling on the 15-minute, right? Something that we've covered on our live streams as well for our liquidity basics. And we came up over here, retested previous day high. We said, okay, previous day high, if we hold above it, then we can continue up. If we don't hold above it, then we continue down. Similar thing with our Sunday open, right? Our Asian session, our London session expanded, held this level over here on news. You can see how well we held. Then on that news candle as well, you can draw the OTE of that candle. Sorry, there's that. This, right? OTE of that candle. You can see we come right into 786 of that right here. Bounce out of it on the open and continue higher. Take out some of those liquidities, reject on our below bear level, reject down into the OTE of this huge range that we have created, kind of bounce around on this on this open for Sunday, right? Our weekly open, bounce around it, hold it, and continue up, take out that liquidity above. That's pretty much the day. That covers that. Our little Timmy indicator. You can see how it called the bottom during that time. You can see how it called the top at an important level. And then again, called the bottom at 11:30 right here. Continuation up. Something that you want to be watching. Well, Timmy levels. You can see we are now above our little magic line. So for right now, it's uppies. We'll see what they do before FOMC. Ranges are still a little crazy, right? You got your 800-point range on a single fucking day. 5-minute candles are 200, 300 ticks. I mean, it's not your 600 tick 5-minute candle, but it's still quite gnarly. Right now, we can get rid of these bad boys. Actually, put them into our Monday key levels up top. Right, all of those key levels at the bottom. You can see how we consolidated them. Came back above. Right, key levels. Follow at Hazed Beats. You can also check out our Twitter, our Discord. That's where you will find a key level PDF. It'll outline you the levels that we look at, things that we go for on those levels. So right now up above, right, we can outline some of those liquidities, see what we can target, right? But main target looks like it might be previous week high for them this week. Previous week high. Maybe we could go as far as saying outside week this week just because of FOMC. I wonder what they do. I'm really feeling they might sell this thing. But right, so far trend is our friend. Looks like we're having a little bit of a retrace on this W. We've discussed this W on our hourly chart, our 4-hour chart. Right, you can slap an animal on it, do whatever you please with it. But right now, looks like this might be what she is wanting to do. Right, somewhere around here. And then after this, it could do this little number. Obviously not straight down, but you know, that's the general move that we might be looking for on this. That's all gonna depend on whether or not we take that previous week high and then reject it, or if we get above it and hold. Right, that's all that it depends on. That's what we always say. Okay, is it gonna continue or is it gonna reject? Right, similar thing that we did over here. Got above the Sunday open. We did not reject it. We actually got above it, held it, continuation up, right? Forming those if-then cases. If it breaks above it and holds, then we can look for a continuation up. If it does not displace the level, then we will be looking for a continuation down, right? And also, this weekly high lines up with our little bitty trend line over here that we have going. So if we come up, could possibly, very possibly, right, our animal can play out pretty nicely, reject off of that trend line, and then continue down. Okay, so like maybe take out those highs right there. That'd be pretty cool. Let's outline those as well. That right there. I don't want this level right here. Yeah. That's solid. I like that. And then you can see this green line as well, right? Right here. 19,686.75. We talked about it in Discord. We talked about it on stream last night. We said, okay, if we can get above it, we can see a continuation up. What do? Got above it. You can see how well that has held previously. Holds above it, continue up. Right? Beautiful. Right now, so far rejecting this after taking that liquidity. But we'll see what they do tonight with it. Crypto's pumping again. Kind of Doge is following through. Held that weekly open, kind of holding that order block right there. And then this weekly is looking decent. Flat open though, flat open on the week. So might be a continuation down after this, considering we have no reasonable displacement. Might come retest this fair value gap, continue down.
I really need to see what this next 4 hour on Bitcoin does.
Let's see what Bitcoin looks like.
At 83.5K is my key level, and we've just been struggling with it so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, that monthly open, it's kind of like being a little iffy right now. Everything.
4 hour, I want the next 4 hour to expand up. If it doesn't, I feel like this probably breaks down again.
Yeah. I like it. I like it to expand up, yeah. Break down.
Ease up.
Yeah.
Ethereum's kind of got that on the 4 hour. It's like that ascending consolidation type shit. So I don't know. We'll see.
She got the look in her eyes. Okay. Let's see where we are at. Booking. Sorry, I don't know why, but for some reason this shit fucking started to show my electronic trading hours. I'm like, dude, I don't want that.
Yeah, I did that to Slicky the other day too.
I'm like, dude, why? Trading View, fix your shit. Okay, yesterday we covered order blocks, right? Today is kind of a continuation of the whole order block thing, but now we're going to be looking at breaker blocks, right? Breaker block is an order block that has been traded through. So, right, order block, you have your consolidation, right? And then it'll typically either break up, come back, retest it, and then continue higher, right? There's your little order block structure. Now, a breaker block is a trade above it, and then it goes below it, comes into that range. Now, this is your breaker block, and then a continuation lower from it, right? So basically, a range. Get confused on how to use these arrows. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's your order block initially. If it doesn't retest it and just breaks the top of the range and bottom of the range, taps into it, continues down, right? That's what we're looking for today. That's your breaker block. Let me see if I can find a good explanation for it so that you guys know. Let's see, order blocks, breaker blocks. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So breaker block, you can technically take the whole candle, right? You can technically take the wick of it and the body, right? So you can include both wicks in it. I still prefer to use the body just because it is just much more accurate for me. I don't have to, just look out for the single thing. Let's see, high, low. Basically, like on a shorter time frame, you will see it being like a consolidation, right? Little range consolidation, break above, break below, tap into it, go from there. So it's defined by a high, by a low, higher high, lower low, or vice versa, right? High, or like low, high, lower low, higher high, tap into it, continuation. That's basically what we were looking for. You can also do a unicorn setup out of it, right? That's where you have a fair value gap in it, and then it breaks it, and then continues from there. I'll say, TT Trades has awesome videos on it. You guys want like further information, further explanation on it, or a better explanation on it? We're just kind of rough housing it here in terms of our breaker blocks. All right, so let's try to find some examples. Let's go all the way back. We're here on our 5 minute. We're using the 5 minute chart right now for it. So let's see what we can make of it. See, right? So we're looking for high, low, lower, low, higher, high, continuation. Basically a breaker block, but that has been traded through. Right? So there is an order block. Right? Hasn't necessarily been traded through. I mean, you could take this technically as a breaker because you had lower, low, higher, high, come back into it, continuation up. Right? And we just marked it BKR. And out of those, you can take phenomenal trades. Those work really good, especially if you combine it with a fair value gap. It's like right here, right? We can technically take this little consolidation, right? We have our high, we have our low, we have our lower low, we have our higher high, we have a fair value gap inside of here as well. So what do? We come into it, tap in, and then just catapult out of it. All right, everybody seeing this? Also, if you guys have any questions at any point, just ask them away. Make sure to leave them in the chat box. We'll answer them to the best of our abilities. A similar thing over here. I think you can technically take this candle as an order block, right? Uh-huh. All right, you got this little guy over here. You got this. Let's outline it as a breaker. I'll put an OB label on it, but it's a breaker. All right, breaker block. So we have our high, we have our low, we have our higher high, we have our lower low, break above it, come down into it. We have a fair value gap right here as well. All right. Boom, boom, and then just absolute launch pad out of there. That's beautiful. Won't you say? All right, and that is our yeah. Short block. Yeah, so bullish order block is going to be any green candle that gets traded through the low and then makes the lower low, makes a higher high, comes into it. A bearish one is going to be a reverse of that, right? Makes a high, makes a low, makes a higher high, makes a lower low. That's what we're looking for. Let's see here. All right, you can technically take this one. We've defined it as order block, but if you're taking it as like the whole candle, right, including the wicks, that could be technically your breaker block, right? Because you have your high, you have your low, you have your higher high, you have your lower low, gets traded through, closed below the open of this candle, comes into it, continues down. All right. It's kind of those little structure shifts, structure things. Structure shits. This one you could technically take as an or a breaker block as well, right? We have our high, we have our low, we have our higher high, we have our lower low, come back into it, break down. Break it down. So on a search for an order block. Or a breaker block, I mean. Really good on the higher time frame. So as an example, like way, like probably a year ago, I remember we had a solid unicorn setup. It was on the 4 hour. Oh, damn. Look at that fucking sell off. Let's go.
I called it.
Let's go.
Right off those key levels to the tick. That 938. Literally nuts.
Took this liquidity. Could not hold above it. Booyah. That last 15-minute fucking sell off. What a dumpy. I like it.
We like that.
Uh-huh. Look at that 4 hour close. Ooh. That's gross. That's gross. Oh my god. They could take this thing down, dude. We have literally no displacement up. Except this little volume imbalance right there. So if they come back down. Yeah, if they come back down into here, and also like the little 1, 2, 3 pattern. If they come back into it, we can really continue down.
That was pretty.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, definitely want this hour FVG to hold. We do not want to displace through that and lose like 19,610 or it gets super ugly.
Guess what we swept over here? Almost a blunt bottom.
Wow, that was beautiful. I had to close early because the market closed, but that was sick.
Yeah. Phenomenal. All right, over here, we're going to take our bullish order block. Bullish order blocks are going to be our green candles or blue candles in this case. Just the paper trader colors. If you guys want the colors, let me know. I'll give you the hash number for it. But over here, right, technically we can take this candle, right? So we have our high, we have our low, we have our lower low, or we have our higher high, we have our lower low, then a higher high. Come into it, tap it inside this fair value gap as well, catapult out of it, right? You know, so I'm sure you can take the OTE of it, start combining stuff, but you know, it's kind of one thing at a time is what you want to learn. Tomorrow, we're gonna cover OTE, and I'll give you guys some examples combined with a fair value gap that we look for in terms of the ranges, just because they line up very well. So we can get that OTE and fair value gap. Just gives you more of a confirmation in terms of what is price going to do, where's price going to go. I like it. Yeah, low, high, lower, low, higher, high. Retrace into it. Get out of here. See over here. What do we have? Let's see. Let's find another good example. I will say breaker blocks are not like my forte. I've learned about them, but I haven't put a lot of time into them just because it doesn't really line up with my trade. But order blocks are really good, and fair value gaps are like probably the two things that you need to learn about ICT. Well, combined with trade entry, the three things that you need to learn with ICT, and that will be literally your golden key for anything. Like you can trade any market with those three things. Would you agree?
Facts. OB is all I need.
Yeah. Shane is really good at OBs. He's a fucking master, especially on crypto and those higher time frame OBs. Fucking insane.
Displacement, OBs, OTE, and like just my key levels. That's pretty much all I use.
I think we can take this little range over here. Right. This could be, which one would it be? No, technically this is a bearish one. Low, high, lower, low. Maybe this again over here. All right. See how the bodies are holding it? How the wicks are just wicking through it? The fuck is texting me this hour?
I always say that shit.
Huh?
I always say that.
Yeah.
Usually just you.
Oh, it's your fucking. Oh, follow your required documents. You have an appointment. Fuck you. Don't fucking text me. What over here, right? We have our high. We have our low. We have our high. Make a lower low. Make a higher high. Come back into it. We're holding it. You can see how well we're respecting the 50% of it. And then we bounce out of it. All right. All right. Liquidity sweeps, all your basic stuff. All right. Those are things you honestly want to focus on when you're first starting out. It's just focusing on those basic concepts that we have covered on those first 5 or 6 streams. Your liquidity sweeps, just like market participants, and just really watching that internal to external to external to internal liquidities. Those are the things that you want to just become an absolute master of. Like anybody asks you, hey, what's a liquidity sweep? You want to be able to just point it out on your chart as fast as you can. Order blocks, breaker blocks, that's going to come later. Don't like focus on, I won't say like read about them, familiarize yourself with it, but don't get too caught up in trying to find the perfect one. At least from my perspective. I'm no financial advisor, no fucking analyst, but I would say that's the thing that I focused on first. That's helped me tremendously.
Yep. Liquidities rule everything.
Yeah, liquidities and displacement. Those are
Yep.
like the top things that you just want to fucking lock down and know like the back of your fucking hand.
Yep. Displacement or lack thereof.
Mm-hmm. Like right here, right? We swept this level. You can see on the 15 minute. That's why higher time frame is also just a great tool to master, right? Over here on the 15-minute, we can see how we swept this level, but we had no body close above that level. On the 5-minute, you can see we had no displacement through this level either, right? Nor on the 50-minute. You would want to see a 50-minute body close above this in order for you to continue up. But we had no displacement on the 5 or the 15-minute. Hourly, you could have been like, oh, yeah, this might just be retracing. The 5-minute, you're looking, okay, no displacement above this level after we swept this liquidity. Okay, likely just a continuation down, right? Or it's gonna sell, not a continuation down, but it's gonna sell. So like on the 5-minute, could have taken this inverse fair value gap, taken this liquidity sweep. Sure, oh, not at the 41, the 1-minute. Right, 1-minute. Look at this. You got your head and shoulders, your basic pattern, right up top over here. See this liquidity sweep. We see a break below this liquidity as well. Come retest it, sell back down from it. I'm sure over here, what do we have? I mean, Timmy Candle, right? Beautiful example of it. We had this low right there. We had this kind of order block looking thing. Swept liquidity, right? Almost the last candle or down close before the down close move. Had that, came back, retested it very barely, right? And then sold back down. I've taken any of those entries on anything. I think that is all I got on breaker blocks for today. Shane, if you want to add anything to it.
I just think it's one of those just extra things that it depends on like if you want your model built around that. Otherwise, I wouldn't pay too much attention or spend too much time on it. Like Eddie said, the liquidities and displacement because are the most important because throughout my whole journey, one of the things that always did set me back was adding too many things to my plate to the point where I'd forget about the baseline things that were the most important.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that you don't want to forget. Like those basics, the things that got you where you're at. That's what you want to remember.
But other than that, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, for our close. Good afternoon, Russ. Other than that, I think we just a little short and sweet today. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, check out papertraders.io, our website in that corner. Get a little 30% off on your first month if you join today. 2 lifetime subscriptions still left. We have all of the trader logs updated. I think we're still working through the CVS bugs.
Yep, I disabled it for now. Everything else is working, but yeah, I will enable it when it's fixed.
Yeah, so check out the website for your trader log, for the ICT trainer, risk calculator, candle creator. Learn ICT. That ICT trainer walks you through the 2022 model. I think we have some TT foundational videos on there as well. This helps you keep track of your progress and everything. If you're not in the Discord yet, make sure you join up. We got special indicators for our members in here. This Timmy Time candle indicator just shows you tops and bottoms of the market. You can see how well it played out today. All right, looking for key levels at those times. And then speaking of key levels, Mr. Hazed posted an awesome PDF that outlines how he finds his key levels, how you can play them, and the things to look for. So make sure you give him a follow at Hayes Beats on Twitter. Make sure you give Mr. Timmy a follow, Big Timmy Hedge on Twitter, and check out YouTube. Check out our YouTube. I have it pinned in my on my Twitter wall. All the social medias are on there. But I would say check out YouTube because all of the lives that we have done in the past are recorded and are just sitting on there. So if you're curious about how we've done in the past or what we've discussed in the past, Go watch those. You'll get some good information. We post shorts all the time as well. Just kind of does little nuggets, snippets of information. So check us out. Tell us what you want to see more of. If you like these, if you want to see more of our content, give it a like, give it a little share. Always appreciated. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you probably tomorrow morning. If not evening. Think more likely evening, if not morning. Because got a little late shift tonight.